You are about to witness bodily dismemberment, sub-zero temperatures, and all-out mayhem. Brought to you by the Frontline Network.
Sup, COH fans, and welcome to episode 12 of Frontline Fatalities Season 3, brought to you by the Frontline Network, presented by me, FatalSaint, and my good friend Tommy. What's up, Tommy?
What's up, Fatal? We are back here on the fields of Rickysheu Winter to see a matchup. Of course, it is the Russians versus the... I was about to say the Russians versus the Soviets. That would be a very interesting battle. But no, it's Russians versus the Austria over here on Rickysheu Winter with two very high-level players, I believe.
Yes, indeed. We got CondemnationWings taking on the Soviets, and Rickysheu from the S03 clan, same clan like CC Art, which I believe was in the previous episode. He was featured as the Soviet player, I believe, on Kolodny? Yeah, I believe it was Kolodny.
I do believe you're right.
Yes. So, another S03 clan member gonna battle it out against CondemnationWings, who I believe won the last fun tourney that was hosted on Semoski.
Yes, he had a bit of fame brought to his name. A previously fairly unknown player, but he's been creeping up the ladder quite a bit. Very good
Korean player. Very good. So it's going to be interesting to see how he takes on the Soviets now after this patch that was just released, and some commanders as well. And this was played out today, I believe, Saturday the 29th of September. So that's after the hotfix. So no longer will we see 280 manpower assault grenades, I believe, as we can see here on this commander here. This is one of the new commanders, mechanized assault doctrine, but they changed them, so they actually cost munitions now, so you can no longer skip tier 1. So at the 5-second mark, you ready to go, Tommy?
I'm ready.
Pause in 3, 2, 1, unpause. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and we do have tier 1 coming up for the German player, and he instantly chooses a doctrine, but he doesn't actually go for the mechanized assault doctrine, so we will not be seeing no assault grenadiers whatsoever.
Ah, that is a shame, because I haven't seen them in action yet.
Yeah, I've seen them very short period of time on streams, whatever, but I haven't really seen them in a big long match between two good players yet. So for shame, but maybe for a replay in the future, who knows?
Who knows, indeed. We have a very normal opening here from the Soviet player. He's decided to go for a conscript out for his first unit here, and is queuing up a second conscript now. So no, nothing too fancy, no second engineer or anything like that. Sending his first engineer over to the fuel there on the left-hand side, which should probably be quite a nice, easy to hold point for in there, because it is it's fairly close to the Soviet base here, which we know is actually in the south here. So in terms of, like, you know, pins and stuff, we have seen some pins, haven't we?
Oh
in
yeah.
some of our games. The most memorable one was Barton versus OMG Pop. OMG Pop pinned him from the north, and actually it is the same position. So who knows what kind of action we have in store for us today?
Yeah, we'll see how this game develops, but it seems that CondemnationWings is focusing on the left-hand side of the map completely. He sent his first country squad over there, and obviously those engineers capping the fuel and just capping the munitions now, and his second country squad is going more for a centric approach. But at the same time, we do have Ricky going for the right-hand side as the Austere, and he's got a grenade and an MG out so far, and his Pio's gonna go at it first. Shots fired between this conscript squad and the pioneers. They're most likely going to try to hide behind the hedges, stay away from those conscripts, because they're not going to win against them in an outright battle.
MG is setting up, it's pointing quite forward. It could actually be flanked straight off the bat by this conscript squad.
Ooh, he gets past.
If he goes to the right, it depends though, because now, actually the MG42, he sees the decap over there. He's going to be able to reposition.
Oh, but I think he's actually...
Oh no, I think it was a bit of a misclick there.
It might have been because CondemnationWings going for the German cutoff that he was actually expecting him.
He's going for a cutoff, isn't he? He's actually this MG42. Where's his support? Where's his additional? He does have one additional Gren.
Yeah, second Gren is on the way producing from the tier 1 building right now, but he was off the timing a little bit. He was floating a bit of manpower there before he's actually queued the second Gren up, but he's gonna hit the field right now. But there's a small window for the Soviet player right now. He's going to outnumber his opponent in the field here, and he's going to get a flank off on this MG as well.
Nice flank here on the MG. I think this MG is going to be forced to retreat because there's a conscript and an engineer converging on it. That engineer is also upgrading to flame as they're going to be within the next couple of seconds here. This MG42 taking a lot of damage now. Point blank range, probably going to be decrewed here unless he retreats immediately. He does retreat, but there we go. There's the flamer popped.
Oh, down to one man. Oh, he's gonna get behind a massive hay bale, which is a shot blocker, and get out of dodge actually. At the same time, there's one remaining German squad in the field. That Grenadier squad, the second Gren is now going as well.
Those flamers are going to have a field day. But you know, that we just saw there, one thing that is actually, it's not been commented on too much by a lot of players. But one thing that I did notice, you know, the difference between Code 1 and Code 2 is that now, when you hit retreat on a support weapon, it starts retreating immediately, not after the weapon's already packed up. So you lose control of it as soon as you hit the retreat button, but those retreat modifiers do kick in a little earlier. I don't really know how I feel about that, to be honest, because I quite liked it when you could hit retreat on an MG42 as like a safety button, and then if the situation then changed between the time of hitting retreat and the time that the MG had packed up, you could then just give a movement order and you'd cancel it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm not exactly sure how I feel about that either. I'm so used to the weapon pack-up time before retreating, so I guess I still prefer that. But I really haven't been playing that much to experiment around if I actually prefer the instant retreat or not. Because obviously sometimes it can be extremely annoying, especially as you had quite a lot of these bugs when you exited the buildings with the MGs, for example. They were setting up, you know, outside of the building door, just that they vacate the house, but you really just wanted to retreat them, so they set up the weapon and packed up the weapon. So maybe it's just like a, you know, some form of a fix, you could call it, I guess.
Possibly, yeah, possibly. Could be a bit of a
get rid of that
for them.
Yeah,
well, I mean, there is a positive, of course, which means that, you know, you do get those retreat modifiers kicking in really early, so you do have a better chance of escaping with your MG42. Conversely, it does make flanking a little bit harder.
Yeah, they also changed the support weapons. They also take an increased 25% damage since one of the recent patches, which hit around the 10th or the 14th of September. I can't remember. The last patch, not the last patch, but the patch before that actually, where they changed support weapons like mortars and MGs and whatnot. So maybe it's also, you know, to at least give them some form of a fighting chance now, because before it could take forever. Without Molotovs, a conscript against an MG42, for example, even when flanked, it just took so long. Now all of a sudden it goes extremely quickly, as we saw in the engagement. That was one conscript squad and one engineer squad, and that was basically an instant retreat for the MG, because there was just no way it would survive.
So we have our first our first CP unlocked now for the Soviet player, and the Soviet player actually, CondemnationWings, finds himself in a bit of a sticky situation here. He's done fairly decently at the flanks so far, but he is beginning to lose out a little bit in terms of map control.
Well, he didn't manage to nab the fuel on the right-hand side and at least decap it for a while for the German player. He just connected it again with one of his Grenadier squad. We do have 4 tier 1 units out now for Ricky, 3 Grens and an MG, and he's got tier 2 up in his base, not producing anything from it so far. I'm not exactly sure what he's waiting for. Maybe he's just waiting for the fuel required for that half-track, and that was exactly what he started building right now. So we're gonna have a German half-track onto the field soon. Might be turning into a Flammenwerfer. He's got the required munitions. He hasn't spent basically any of munitions whatsoever. Hasn't fired any rifle grenades, no Fausts, and he doesn't have any LMGs on his Grenadiers either. So I think we will be looking on a Flammenwerfer very soon.
We actually have a very interesting build order from the Soviet player. He's gone tier 1, tier 4. So he's going to be able to bring out those like Su-76s and Katyushas and stuff very early. He's only sitting on 55 fuel, so he could wait and get an Su-85, but it might seem a little premature. I mean, I know Soviet players do love their Su-85s, but it wouldn't really have anything to shoot at. So
right now it's useless.
To go for an Su-76.
Well, obviously he would have the half track to shoot at, but an SU-76 can handle the half track because even though the penetration on that...
an SU-85 to tackle a
bit,
half track is...
bit
It's a
overkill.
sledgehammer to crack a nut.
Yeah, a bit overkill. You can do it with an SU-76 and also using that artillery barrage against the MG-42 and the clumped up infantry from Ricky right now, because he's supporting his MG with his grenadiers, for example. So a nicely placed artillery strike can really, really deal a lot of damage to the German player, I think.
Mess him up. Oh,
Yeah,
God, right there.
Look,
Right
yeah,
there.
look at that!
Right there.
That clump of
Give me an
infantry.
artillery strike right there. So here we go. The SU-76 just hit the field now. So hopefully, now if he goes for the pin here, it does look like he's going to be trying to do some kind of a pin maneuver. He's being very aggressive with this MG-42.
Very.
Conscript squad's all up in his grills though. Oh wow! But here's the flamer. Flamer always puts a stop to this kind of silliness.
Yeah, the
Only one man left in
SU-76
that conscript squad.
using his artillery barrage right now, most likely aimed at the grenadiers, and the MG gets one nice hit, kills one of the grenadiers. Oh, very close to killing another one, but he's trying to move out of that barrage area. He's not packing up the MG. Run away, MG. Don't risk it.
Because he has the half track so close by, I think he wants to... He's going to take a chance here, but he's going to get charged down now by another conscript squad who's careful. Oh, and they're going to throw a Molotov
Molotovs
as well.
now as well. Very nice. That MG needs to get out of there real
Very
quick.
nice,
I'm not exactly
very
sure
nice.
if he's even going to be able to pack up that MG-42. Not even remotely close to getting out of that Molotov. And he loses that MG-42. So now down to 3 grens. He has actually built a pack. So he's got something against his SU-76. At the same time, this SU-76 is now moving up to most likely try and deal with that half-track and the grenadiers, who will go for an infantry crew of that MG-42, not letting Condemnation Wing to steal it.
He needs to retreat that MG, or he's going to just get it decrewed again.
He's trying to retreat. There we go. Oh, small arms fire might be enough to actually kill the last retreating man.
And we have this doctrinal unit has been called onto the field. We have a shock troop out. These guys, very, very tough. They come with elite armor and those really nasty SMGs on every of those 6 men, as well as packing in some really nasty grenades.
Ooh, where's he going? He's gonna go in for an 18-8 on the half track. No, there's one
more.
double Molotovs
everywhere. But he's just getting torched, isn't he? He's getting roasted. And he ran across that bit of negative cover to get to them, so a lot of manpower lost for CondemnationWings, and not a lot really to show for it either.
Does he have healing at the HQ yet? Because yeah, he does.
Yes, he does.
Okay,
yeah,
okay, good.
He's got those medics out. They have.
He did suffer a lot of HP damage running across the
the
negative cover road.
Pioneers recrewed and they get degrouped again.
Dead
That
again.
MG-42 is quite a point of contention right now.
That MG-42 is cursed.
CondemnationWings might actually be in a good position to nab it for himself. He's got 5 men, 5
well,
healthy men.
The Molotov is still burning, so he needs to wait at least a couple of seconds longer, because otherwise it's most likely just going to happen the same thing again. He's going to recruit and the guy's going to burn to death. But now he can steal it. The guy's going to go for the steal. So,
nice.
nice victory for CondemnationWing.
Yeah, he does get himself an MG. He's
not
also
bad.
got his shock troops have been sent out all the way over to the top corner. They chased off a Grenadier squad. More than a match for a Grenadier squad, I might add, especially as we have not seen a single LMG upgrade on any of these Grenadiers yet. So clearly, I mean, we haven't really seen a whole lot of munitions expenditure at all from the German player, so I wonder if he's saving for something.
Yeah, he's got almost 200 munitions in the bank, 109 munitions right now, and he just brought on a P-Gren squad onto the field as well, so I'm not exactly sure if he's maybe saving up for Panzer Shreks or whatever. He does have the pack, obviously it's fairly immobile, and the SU-76 can actually artillery to death, so maybe he's looking into getting Panzer Shreks, because he doesn't seem to be fancying any LMG-42s on his grens.
Whoa!
Oh, nice Molotov.
Grenadier squad. There's a lot of flames and burning and fire and death right now.
Oh, this Flammenwerfer right now finds himself in a bit of a pickle. Double 18-8.
Tried his last Piper. He's trying to smoke out, but I don't think it's going to work.
It's not moving at all. It's basically not moving. He's going to artillery strike it
very
actually to
nice.
death.
Very nice.
Not a
Slowed
bad
in.
idea at all.
The
Wow.
MG-42 actually gets the kill.
MG-42. 1 kill, 1 vehicle. Here comes the P-Grens now. Let's see, we don't have Shreks upgrading on it.
Where are those shock troops when you need them?
All the way over on the left, I believe. I can still see him on the minimap.
Oh,
Yeah,
one of
chilling.
those conscript was very lucky to escape with his life, down to one man and a sliver of health. Just to mention, we have actually gone down the, I believe this is, I'm not sure actually, it's got, this I think is one of the DLC commanders. It's got conscript repair package, it's got the ISU 152, which I really want to see, because we haven't seen one of those in a while, and they're a heck of a lot of fun. And he's also got the IL-2 precision bombing at the end of his tree.
I like that bombing strike. It's awesome.
It's pretty powerful, isn't it? It's pretty.
Yeah.
Pretty potent.
You can use it on like Pack 43 emplacement. Take it out in one blow. It's really powerful.
It's nasty. It's like a V1, V2.
Yeah. It's similar to that.
In fact, you know, this is really bad. I've forgotten. In Vico, was it a V1 or a V2 you unlocked at the end of the territory?
V1.
Was it a V1?
Yeah. I believe so. We
V2.
do have a scout car out for Ricky right now, and he also just used one of his doctrine abilities to get a mortar half track on the field.
Mortar hard track, nice. I think every time that we've seen a mortar hard track, they've always been able to amass a tidy number of kills by the end of the game.
Yeah, they usually do a lot of damage.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, they're just so annoying, really, aren't they? That, you know, you couple a mortar with armor and
mobility. Yeah, the mobility part is the real kicker to the mortar half track. You just can't get at it. As long as the person actually controlling the unit obviously doesn't mess up and just leaves it somewhere and then gets it killed, if you just micro it properly, you will basically never get at it. Obviously, if you have a vehicle that's faster than the mortar half track, you can always chase it down, but if you don't, you know, you just reverse away when the infantry comes, so you just reverse away. Every single time a threat is in the vicinity, just reverse away.
Wow, we had a crew, grenadiers, take a full burst from the MG42 without getting suppressed. The first burst, they just took it like troopers.
Yeah, MG42's support weapons didn't only receive that increase of 25% damage, they also had some of the suppression values changed and stuff like that. Both the Soviet Maxim and the German MG42 were changed quite a lot in the, not the last, but the patch before that.
Yes, that's right.
So the pack was decrewed in that mayhem in the center. The MG42 somehow magically managed to live in that building fight against the two grunts with some conscript support, and we do have a Su-76 now trying to attack, move, destroy this pack, which is basically...
Steal it.
I don't know, he's got the conscript right there, you know, a free AT gun, why not? It's good.
Yeah, I just... Were you thinking of Seb as well? That's what I was thinking.
Always steal your opponent's weaponry.
Always steal your opponent's weapons. Yeah, exactly. That's what he told us when he had him on for Expert Insight. It was our very first Expert Insight ever, a long time ago. A very good episode, actually. Fantastic game. I remember it very well. It was Dev M versus, I think it was Barton.
Barton, I think? Yeah, on Longre.
Yeah, no, that was a great game. Do go back and watch that. A lot of great principles that carry over from Co 1 to Co 2.
Oh yeah, it's very similar. Very, very similar. You should always try and steal it. So, you know, he could have stolen the pack and most likely would have gotten away with it, but as he decided to try and destroy it, he only got one shot off in it before he was actually forced off with, as the Grens exited Ricky's base again. He
now it just needs to lick a paint and it's good to go.
Good to go again. And, you know, the German player now again has AT against his Su-76, which has been quite annoying. I'm not exactly sure how many kills he's got. He's got Vet 1 with 6 kills right now, but he's dealt quite a bit of damage too. Oh, he runs right into a country squad with his scout car, most likely going to get 18-aided here. No 18-aid.
Shock troops versus P-Grans over here in the top left-hand corner. The shock troops actually destroy those P-Grans in their entirety with the help of a very nicely placed grenade.
Brutal. Very, very brutal. German player is actually down quite a lot in his army right now. He's only got 2 Vet 2 Grenadiers, that pack that he recruited, a PIO squad, and the 2 vehicles, the scout car and a mortar half track. But that's basically it. He's lost his MG42, he's lost one of his Grens, he's lost his Panzer Grenadiers now as well, and he's floating a lot of manpower.
Su-76 is firing once again, but it's got a real big amount of scatter on that, coming in from such a long range there.
At the same time, VPs remain quite equal actually. 413 for Condemnation Wing and 397 now for Ricky, and he's losing the middle VPs. Middle VP to these combat engineers with a flamethrower from CondemnationWings right now. A nice attempt on the rifle nade on the flamers, but they were actually dodged even in the deep snow surrounding the center VP.
Very nice stuff. We have, I believe, we have 250 fuel in the bank. For
oh wow!
CondemnationWings. So
Ooh,
he is
ISU.
saving up quite a lot. Yeah, I think it's waiting for an.
But
ISU.
does he have
It's
enough
also-
CPs?
Almost.
Almost.
No, he does have enough CPs. He just doesn't have the resources. He needs another 20 fuel. Another 30 fuel, in fact. Another 30 fuel, and he'll have enough for an ISU. And he has the manpower. But very soon, we're going to see that beast on the field.
What is this scout car doing? It's running right into the conscript. Yeah,
And into the SU-76. I don't know what he's doing, but
I think he was gonna
SU.
try and get at the SU-76 because it's very lightly armored against an upgun scout car. It can easily just wreck it in seconds, but running right into a country squad, obviously you're gonna get 18-8, and that's exactly what happened.
So now, if you look at the map, it's just all blue, or mostly blue anyway.
All red for me. Yeah.
If you're all red for you, it'll be panic mode for you. But no, it's looking very good now for the Soviet player. And now here comes the ISU crawling on from off map, already getting that top MG gunner upgraded. It is a beast.
I'm not seeing this
real
game
beast.
lasting more than maybe 10 minutes longer if there's an SU-76, which is basically almost uncounterable at the moment, as he only has, the only proper AT he has is that pack, and it's just going to get artillery striked. And, you know, against the ISU-152, he's going to get one hit anyway.
Yeah, he just needs
From
needs a
across
bit
the
of
map.
spotting, just like a conscript in a building, and then you are good to go. Let that SU-85 tear everything else a new one.
ISU-152.
I think it just fired.
It did fire.
I heard a huge boom.
The cutoff, I think it might be firing
That's
at
where
those
it was
grids.
pointing, but God, that range is really something quite scary. I want to see that concrete piercing round. I want to see it through a building.
Oh yeah, I love that concrete piercing round. You can actually shoot through. What? The ISU just friendly killed an entire something in a house. Was that a flamethrower? That must have been
yes,
the combatant in yes,
I
here.
do believe that was the flamethrower. So that was goodbye flamers.
So we can see how powerful the ISU-152 is, but obviously you should maybe try and aim the cannon the other way against your opponent. That'll work.
I like how the side that the shell hit is just, there's nothing there anymore, but on the other side, there's
What
just
happened?
a little bit of wall left.
And there's some combat engineers on the other side of the window that
Like
was
maybe
flown
if you
out
were
of the
on that
windows.
side, then you might have been okay, but what's this?
Tiger on the field for Ricky. That's what he's been saving up for. I was wondering why he was floating so much fuel and so much manpower and not building tier 3. He could have gotten a P4 out really quickly, but this is obviously what he was saving up for. And this SU-76 right now, it's just goodbye. Yeah.
There's another bounced 18-8.
That's not gonna work again against the armor of this Tiger now after the change to Panzerfaust and 18-8s. They can bounce
This
now.
SU-85, he needs to keep on driving backwards. He can't turn fast enough.
ISU-152, not an
He needs
SU.
to throw more 18-8s. I mean, it's not like he's out of resources.
It's gonna be the cooldown.
It is the cooldown. In a couple of seconds.
He's chasing the Tiger, and the Tiger is basically chasing the ISU. There we go, another 18-8 bounce, double bounce.
More 18-8 bounce.
Does he have enough munitions for more?
Nope, he's gonna. Well, yeah, he does have the munitions. He's got 170 munitions. He can throw them until the cows come home.
Ooh, this ISU just needs to like get one of those crew shock hits, but it actually happens to the ISU instead of the Tiger, and the Tiger gets on the rear armor of this ISU-152 right now. They're actually fairly squishy when you actually manage to penetrate their armor, and it gets abandoned. Oh, please, no, he's gonna destroy it. Yeah, okay.
Well, it does finally get the damaged engine, but to be honest, it's practically worth it just for the number of 18As that thing ate. Like, that was a good
6 or
good
7?
100 munitions worth of 18As.
6 or 7 18-8s, I think. There were 3 bounces and then another 2, and then now finally 1 penetration hit.
Big off map.
Now that was the incendiary mortar barrage from the mortar half track,
Oh,
actually.
I see. Oh wow, that thing is really.
And the Tiger lives. The Tiger's gonna live. Oh, here comes 18-8. He's still alive, and he loses a country
Escape.
squad.
Oh, if he loses the other one, If he loses the other one, whoa, that was almost,
oh, that was close.
Almost game over right there, but he does just about escape. He's building now an SU-85. How do SU-85s actually fare against Tigers?
But as long as you stay out of range, you have a fighting chance, obviously. But the Tiger is actually fairly good against the SU-85. You just gotta get in range.
Either, is it, the Tiger, it's not like a.
Nah,
I mean,
especially not
right
when you
now,
use something like Blitzkrieg from Vet 1 that all German tanks get. You know, the increased speed. You can easily catch up to an SU-85 and just start circle strafing it even with a Tiger, but obviously not with a damage engine, that's not going to work. So he needs to get back into the base, and he actually purchased himself an additional Pio squad to repair this Tiger up a little bit faster, and he needs that. At the same time, P-Grens outside of the Soviet base tried to go for the cutoff, but there was actually a fuel cache on it, so that didn't work. And at the same time, we are fighting over the right-hand side fuel point between
there was
shock
an incendiary
troops.
round dropped on those shock troops.
Yeah.
They decided it was just getting a little bit too hot for them. But
You need to stop drinking, Tommy. It's not good for you.
I'll just quietly exit the room.
Yeah, just put your headset down, and I'll bring this replay home. So what do we have coming on for Coronation Wing? I see something new coming on. Another Conscript squad. I guess he just replaced the one he lost.
Yeah, he just got a totally vanilla one. I guess it's just another platform to throw 18As rather than anything that's going to be particularly
Molotovs
useful.
and capping, I guess.
Exactly. I mean, his other two conscripts are at Vet 3, both of them, so they're pretty potent.
Now this is a problem for this motor half track. When you get killed by two shots from an SU-85, you're not going to be reversing anywhere. This pack got a nice shot off on the SU-85, damaged it a little bit, but at the same time there's basically no backup for this pack against these.
All the Grants. There's like a Pile army repairing the Tiger very slowly. I don't know why the Tiger isn't in the field, because it could very easily be taking a few pot shots here and there.
Yeah, I guess he just wants the engine back, so instead of just getting grounded down slowly and steadily by something like that SU-85, for example, he just reversed it back into the base to be safe. Obviously, when he put the Tiger in the base, Tiger has such low HP that he could have actually been killed by, you know, a random 18A getting thrown at it from the rear or whatever. So, you know, better safe than sorry, I guess.
That's true. That's very true. So here he comes now. He's going to be taking a few big hits, hopefully.
It's fairly okay, both against armored targets and infantry, but I generally see the Tiger being better at an AT role than anti-infantry.
Oh, really? That's a little change from
yeah, but at the same time, I see things like the IS-2, for example. They're really good against infantry. I think that they're kind of like, yeah, you know, an un-upgunned Pershing / Tiger from Vico, while the Tiger is more of the, you know, yeah,
HVAP Pershing.
Yeah, like an HVAP Pershing, really. Heavy tank, but it's not a KT. It's better at AT capabilities. It can still chew on some infantry now and then, but not as well as I generally see things like the IS-2 do. The IS-2 just seems to be sniping infantry basically every shot. You can almost kill an entire squad in one shot if they're clumped up. Massive shots, kind of like the Tiger. You know, if you find yourself a rifle squad, you know, cowering in a crater somewhere, you can basically blow up the whole squad in one hit.
Oh yeah. Oh, we saw that plenty of times
yeah.
in our many games casted.
It's Tigers and stews. That was basically the things that just instantly disintegrate everything.
I really hate stews. I really do.
So we got a new SU-85 on the field now, so 2 against this Tiger. That should be enough to actually counter this Tiger now. But we do have Vet 1, so he should be able to get out of dodge if he finds himself outgunned by using that Blitzkrieg ability.
But double SU-85s, they're going to be quite a challenge for this Tiger to take on without any mobile AT. This pack is really nothing but a backstop.
Yeah, it's just something to have in the field.
It's in case
like, deterrent.
The Tiger gets into a really big spot of bother and has to reverse all the way back to his base, and at least they got something to
something to reverse back to, basically.
Yeah,
some form of defenses, basically. Yeah, he doesn't have any Shreks. He's got enough munitions soon to actually get Shreks on his newly purchased Panzer Grenadier, but not right now. I'm not exactly sure, because obviously he only has tier 1 and tier 2, so he can't actually get anything like a Stug or a P4, for example. So either he has to save up enough fuel, which will take him a while, to get another Tiger maybe. That's plausible.
Double Tigers, double the fun.
Yeah, I guess.
I will say though that we are probably not going to see another ISU.
Well, he spent 200 plus fuel on those SUs.
Yeah, I mean he's down to 78 fuel, and I don't know if he's now with the Tiger on field. But I don't think he can afford to wait and float all that fuel just to get himself a big tank that isn't really going to help kill the Tiger all that much. Although I don't know, it took a few good hits on the Tiger, didn't it? So it does have some AP.
Yeah, it's got quite a bit of splash damage and stuff, so you do damage to heavy vehicles like Tigers anyways with the ISU 152, but at the same time it is fairly squishy, so it looks very beastly, but then all of a sudden a P4 gets on the rear of it and it takes a ton of damage.
Yeah, exactly.
This is a problem now, however. The Tiger at Vet 2, they also changed some of the veterancy stuff that significantly reduces damage taken. Still
says strikes somewhere
at the munitions point. Vet 3 Grenadiers with an LMG retreated instantly after seeing the red smoke, I believe. He's trying to take out this Tiger now. It did take quite a lot of damage from one of his SUs, but that managed to reverse away, and the second one is still very healthy. It's gonna have to reverse away, but it's gonna get Fausted, I think. No Faust. And here's the second Tiger.
Second Tiger.
Two Tigers versus two SU-85s. I believe I'd put my money on the German player right now.
Oh yes, two Tigers is really double the fun in just about every way. I mean, especially with one of them at Vet 2, he can use that one as like a blitzkrieg flanking, while the other one takes a bit of a punishing from the SU-85s from the front. So things could begin to get
Let's see if the Soviet player realizes it's two Tigers now. Obviously he should, as he doesn't see the veterancy. Yeah, so because I think he should most likely add another SU-85 or any form of AT really. Back tech to tier 2 if he can't afford it. Okay, yeah. He needs more. He needs more.
Triple SUs is quite a mean sight.
Yeah, but at the same time, double Tigers? I don't know.
Well, the SUs
resource-wise, the Tigers should win, because there's 720 manpower and 200 fuel each. So that's 1440 manpower and 400 fuel against the SU-85s, who are 115 fuel and how much manpower?
320.
So that's 960.
Yeah, so it is worth a little less than those Tigers, but
yeah.
Even so, if they can just keep it out of range and just keep on backing away,
just plugging away at it, of course, it's still gonna work. But at the same time,
be able to get the balls
that Vet 2 Tiger is gonna be able to tank a ton of damage, and he also has the blitzkrieg ability at Vet 1. So I'm not exactly sure. I'm not sure. He needs infantry to screen with, which he is using right now. He's using his Vet 3 conscripts to basically soak up and give some line of sight, but the SUs are actually not firing away at these Tigers, and this pack now finding itself very useful on the field all of a sudden. Very, very useful against SU-85s.
Pretty low.
Yeah.
Now these Tigers are trying to make an advance of their own, but I don't think they quite realize there are 3 SU-85s. That unvetted Tiger is just taking all the force here. Is that blitzkrieg operated on the Vet 2? It's going so slowly, it's hard to tell.
I think it's getting blocked by another Tiger or something. Not exactly sure what happened there.
Well, there goes one SU.
There's
the
one.
Very low health. These Tigers are actually, we had our money on the Soviet player, but this is actually going very well.
They're just steamrolling ahead, basically. They're not stopping for anything. It's like 18 nades now. Oh, he's gonna smoke actually on his unvetted Tiger, which is damaged. But his Vet 2 Tiger is gonna go for it.
That's what he needed. That's what he needed.
Oh, he does get a damage engine from an 18 nade. He actually, I think it bounced. It got deflected. Lucky SU.
Can he take a shot through the buildings?
He's gonna go on the conscripts actually. He's trying to use blitzkrieg again, but with a damage engine. Oh, he misses that SU. So unlucky. RNG is not in your favor today.
Although the other Tiger did bounce about 718 aids.
That's true. I was RNG luck as well, gotta say.
Yeah, it does go both ways.
Pyro squad went down on the left-hand side to a Vet 2 combat engineer equipped with a flamethrower at the same time as this base duel is going on between this Tiger and the two Su-85s. One of them is basically setting up behind the hedge, or in front of the hedge of the Soviet player base, to get some shots in on this Tiger trying to reverse away. It's just deflecting so many shots right now. These shock troops though, they got 18 kills, Vet 2 very close to Vet 3. We haven't even commented on them once. Very nice shock troop.
They've been like on the flanks. They haven't been making any of these heroic conscript charges down the middle.
That's true.
They went out on the flanks and they just take out whole squads because they just chuck a cheeky nade, and then you know whole things die. Nice, use a smoke again. You know, I do think smoke is just, it feels just a tad like a get out of jail free for any Axis armor ever. Besides the fact that you can attack ground through it, which is
which just happened. Ow! Wow!
Hitting every time. Oh, he bounced that time.
Ah, there's one, yeah.
But even so, it is a little bit feels a little bit gimmicky that you can just pop that smoke to get out of just about any hairy situation.
You did get a lot of nice hits in on that Vet 2 Tiger trying to reverse away. Here comes the heroic charge from the German infantry against two Vet 3 conscripts. I think he is trying to get close enough to the Su-85s, but when they started reversing away quite early after seeing the Grenadiers charge in to try and shoot a Faust at him.
Setting the snow on fire.
Melting the snow. Oh, another Molotov. At the same time, German player is...
I know chemistry. I'm pretty sure they're setting the snow on fire. I'm looking at this very carefully. I am zooming in, and that is definitely snow on fire.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. So it didn't melt, it caught on fire.
It caught on fire.
Anyways, German player is down to below 150 VPs. Double Tiger still alive. One fairly close to get one.
Those are still back, so he did rebuild one of them. He's got one of Vet 2, one of Vet 1, one of Vet 0. He does have an army consisting of 3 conscripts, 2 of them are Vet 3, 1 of them are Vet 2, and a Vet 2 shock troop. So I've got to applaud actually CondemnationWings' unit preservation by and large, with the exception of that one slightly mindless charge he made down the middle to try and finish off, what was it, a Tiger, I think,
Tiger.
Earlier on. Besides that, he's actually done very well, and he's been very disciplined in getting those early retreats in, which is why he has such a high vetted army. So listen up, players at home. This is how you get an army with stars all over the shop. It's by retreating early and often.
Yeah, obviously he got tunnel vision, wanted to try that Tiger, and really that can happen to anybody. Who doesn't want to finish off, you know, a high value target like that? It's kind of like sniper rage, Tiger rage, whatever, mortar half-track rage, anything that really annoys the crap out of you. You just gotta kill it, and when you actually get a chance, you throw the dice, you gamble. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Sometimes it works, most of the time it doesn't.
Nope, but it can work, and when it does, it's sweet.
I've had games where there's been, like, for example, a very annoying sniper or something like that, and I haven't managed to kill it all game. And you actually feel, you can feel physical tension that hasn't been released, like in your body. It's like unhealthy.
Yeah, just to get rid of that thing.
Like, especially if it's like a tournament game or something, you come out of it and you're all tense, your shoulders are all knotted, and you're just like, ugh. I need to kill something. I just need to find like a small rodent outside and kill it, because that sniper is it's just gonna fuck me up psychologically.
Disclaimer: TFN does not condone the killing of small rodents. By the way.
Well, says you.
Says me. Another glorious infantry charge for Soviet Russia. Conscript running right into a newly purchased MG42 from Ricky.
You know
He's
what?
got
it's not a bad idea.
a lot of pyos.
When you find your opponent blobbing quite a lot, because that's the thing, you know, it works in both Co 2 and Co 1. Normally, the German player will get 1, maybe 2 MGs, but once you've killed them, people often still keep on trying to flank, But they don't realize you don't need a flank. As ugly as it is, you can literally just blob all your troops and charge, and it tends to actually be more effective. It looks a lot more nasty, and it doesn't feel very skillful. But actually, if you know for a fact that there are no MGs on the field, you can just blob your troops up and charge, and then just focus fire down individual Grens and individual little unit, and you will generally be able to steamroll your way right through.
Wow, now there's 4 of them. 4
Wow,
Su-85s for
They
Condemnation
look
Wing.
like a pack of animals.
Yeah. So is this a murder of Su-85s? Is that what it is? I don't know. I'm not exactly sure. Like a murder of crows.
Yeah. Well, they've
A pack of Su-85s.
yeah. What do you
A
call
train.
it? Like,
It's a train.
gaggle?
A gaggle, yeah.
You got a gaggle of geese.
It's a gaggle of Su-85s.
Su-85s doesn't really trip off the tongue.
No, not really. It's
No.
it's just an Su-85 train. It's the train. Choo choo. Here comes the Soviet train, and here comes the German train of 2 Tigers. Very small
It
train.
looked like it was trying to ram.
Yeah.
It was
Wrong.
just
Wrong.
blitzkrieg towards-
This is a wrong tank. You need a T-34 for that. It's not gonna work. It's not actually gonna work. Loads of blows being
wow.
traded between these 6 tanks now. Su-85 goes down in a blaze of glory. 1 down, 3 remaining. Both Tigers fairly damaged, down to 50% health or so, and are going to be
Well,
forced
I
to
was
back
about
away
say they're
again.
in pretty good shape considering the firepower they were taking. I
Yeah.
think what really decided it there is that the Tigers focus firing Su-85s individually, which is why all the other Su-85s are looking good, but he lost one of them. Meanwhile,
goes
he
that, Gren.
spread the damage between the 2 Tigers, so they're both just about 50%. If he'd focus fired one of them, he could have killed one.
Yeah, I think so too. If he focus fired, especially the unvetted one, which doesn't have the decrease in damage taken from Vet 2, I think he would have been able to actually polish off one of the Tigers, and then all of a sudden the lone Tiger, even with Vet 2, would have found himself extremely outgunned, because obviously that would be half the DPS, and that would be the main thing. The Tiger would still be able to take a lot of damage, but the DPS would be so low, so the Soviet player would easily be able to reverse out of the harm's way with, you know, 1 Su-85 at a time, basically. But we did have one of the Grenadiers go down, so he's actually rebuilding that, and we had a Pio down as well, which is being reproduced as well. So he's going to stick with triple Pios to repair these 2 Tigers up to tip-top shape over and over again. But less than 100 VPs remain for Ricky now, the German player, on Longerskaya. So he's not so comfortable anymore, I think.
And the pressure is on, but he must be feeling pretty good after keeping these 2 Tigers alive. He hasn't lost a single one yet.
There we go. Now he's actually repairing them in the field so he can try and protect his MG42 that got flanked and Molotov by one of the Vet 3 country squads for Condemnation Wing. Here comes those shock troops again. They're doing a number on the German infantry this game. Whoa.
1 Su-85
That's a pack.
to kill the pack and its crew.
They committed suicide.
A shell must have exploded in the barrel, killing all the crew next to it.
Something like that. Here comes the Tigers again, both using the Blitzkrieg ability, and they're trying to get at these Su-85.
Again, this is nice Tiger usage. I mean, it's extremely aggressive. Some might even call it reckless, but it's working for him. He isolates 1 Su-85, he focus fires it. He's now got Vet 3 on one of those Tigers with
42
now.
kills.
Nuts.
Look at that
damage.
kill.
It's really going to help when it comes to the AT capabilities. He bounces yet another AT nade, even on the rear this time. Now just 2 Su-85 versus 2 Tigers. These Tigers are worth so much more. They do kill another Su-85. Gonna chase down the last one here, just at Vet 2. It's not looking good now for Condemnation Wings.
Where is this Su-85 going to go anyway? He's going to reverse back into the German base. Is that his plan? It's just basically stuck on the map right now, being chased by these 2 Tigers. And he doesn't have enough speed to actually get away from them.
He might be able to kill the one in front if he's lucky.
No! Very
He
close
fired a
though.
shot as
Yeah.
he was going out of control. It didn't quite work out. So 2 Tigers still alive. 1 now at a very
Vet 3.
frightening Vet 3. Meanwhile, no more AT left from the Soviets player. Besides, the 1 Su-85 is now in the production queue once again.
What's he got anyways? 3 concrete squads?
1 shock troop, and that's it.
That's basically it, yeah. And he lost one of the fuel caches as well, so... not exactly sure what he can hope to do against these Tigers now.
But he doesn't have a lot of supporting infantry, although what supporting infantry he does have is very strong. But he doesn't have very much of it, and he doesn't really have a way to take out these two Tigers.
No, the Tigers are just going to shut down the infantry, even though they are a little bit better, at least in my opinion, against other tanks, but it can still handle infantry quite easily, so he's just not going to be able to get anything done with these two Tigers still alive, and he's not going to have anything.
Kills on that Tiger, 40 of them are infantry, so
yeah.
It's certainly...
But it's been on the field for a good long while now.
Yeah, I mean, while the other Tiger is, well, it's sitting on vet 1, got 17 kills, again, 15 of those infantry, so they are not to be trifled with in the field, whether you are on wheels, on treads, or on your feet. These are not guys that you want to piss off.
86 VPs remain for the German player, now nabbing the central VP once again, trying to stop the drain here, because there's still a possibility of CondemnationWings winning this right now. If he can just keep those Tigers away by just plugging away with the remaining Su-85 now.
He needs 4 Su-85s in the space of a couple of minutes. That's a huge loss to come back from. I mean, and you know, Ricky is not lost an awful lot in quite a while. I mean, he's been losing Grenadiers and Pioneers on occasion.
And P-Grants as well.
Yeah, I mean, he has been losing the infantry, but where it matters, which is in, you know, the big investments, these Tigers, they have paid dividends.
Yeah, this Tiger has done a great job for Ricky right now. Easily that Vet 3 Tiger is MVP of this game so far. Even though those shock troops are very respectable, I have to say as well. Vet 3 shock troops with 22 infantry kills, loads of grenades thrown, loads of German casualties due to that shock troop squad. Easily worth the manpower. Yeah, that is very impressive. Yeah, 30 kills.
And that's all infantry as well. They didn't just luck out and kill a huge tank or anything.
No, no. Well, there's only really been another vehicle, the mortar half-track and the normal German half-track, but that's basically it. Otherwise, it's all been these Tigers, all game long, almost.
Well, CondemnationWings, he is going to stand by his tried and tested, but unfortunately tried, tested, and failed tactic of massing Su-85s.
But he's got time on his side. He's got 364 VPs, and he does have the majority of the map, actually, both of the fuels.
That shot actually penetrated. It just did nothing.
Oh, that mine did something, though. Busted that engine. Heavy engine damage.
Oh, dear.
Destroyed the engine. Oh.
You
know what? You know what? You know how there was 2 Tigers on the field before? So, now there's 3. What do you do against 3 Tigers? He's literally at 100 out of 100 population right now. He can't even reinforce his Vet 3 Gren with an LMG. He can't do anything.
When you have 3 Tigers, it really doesn't matter that you can't reinforce properly because you have 3
Tigers.
Yeah, you know, I'm just reading the description on Tigers. It says effective against all targets, weak to massed anti-tank weapons. So if one Tiger is weak to massed anti-tank weapons, you know what that means when there's 3 Tigers on the field? That means you need 3 times massed anti-tank weapons. I don't know how many Su-85s makes up a massed anti-tank weapon. Obviously 4 wasn't enough.
4 against 2 didn't work.
Maybe 10 would be enough to take.
I don't think you have enough population cap for 10 Su-85s. I don't think it's possible.
He's going to lose one though.
Yeah.
He is going to lose one, he says.
And he doesn't. It bounces.
He is going to lose one, he says.
Fragmentation bombs used. Here comes the plane going to bombard this Su-85.
Oh, he does lose one. He does lose one. And he
one Tiger down.
The other one, which is going to allow that Vet 2 Tiger to escape.
See, now they did a ton of damage all of a sudden because they were basically trying to focus fire down the unvetted Tiger. Then they can't really handle the massed Su-85s. 2 are enough, but it's the veterancy, man. I've been telling everybody about this veterancy thing. It's too powerful, honestly.
Yeah, that Vet 3 Tiger is just crazy. Well, I don't know, because veterancy is weird in Code 2, isn't it? Because it seemed like veterancy was insanely powerful in Code 1, wasn't it? I mean, a Vet 3 on anything in the US Army, any infantry, anyway, was just insane.
Terminator squad.
but yeah, it wasn't overpowered. Like, it felt like if you had a Vet 3 squad, you had to fight hard for that. I mean, you didn't see Vet 3 rifle squads all that often. Vet 2 could be gotten fairly easily, you know, if you get a good sticky kill on like a P4 or something, that would get you Vet 2. And that would be quite good, you know, a lot of good benefits. But Vet 3 anything was just very hard to come by. And I don't think the veterancy per se is all that much more powerful. It just feels a lot easier to get. Like, you can routinely see whole armies of Vet 3 units in Co 2, which you would never see in Co 1.
Yeah,
you would never see a whole army of Vet 3 units except
I think
maybe
they...
a 4v4 Annihilate game.
Yeah, I don't actually... I'm not exactly sure about the veterancy numbers, but I'm pretty sure that they actually changed the dynamic of how much XP you get when you kill units or damage units. It seems to be a lot higher now. Look at this Vet 3 Tiger though.
He's trying to do the ramming thing again.
He's trying to get around the Su-85, not that there's any point to it anyways, because he penetrated basically every single shot that he hit on the frontal armor of it. At Vet 3, it's just no problem.
No,
Vet 2 is back at base.
I thought it was 2 Vet 3 Tigers. I would have been very happy seeing that.
It just one-hitted the OP outside of the Soviet base. Seriously. One hit.
That's nuts.
Vet 3 damage for you. Here comes these Vet 3 shock troops, gonna chuck a nade on the MG42 in the midst of them, and they magically survive. How did that even happen? The BPSHs, however, finished them off.
This Vet 3 Tiger, he's just gonna crush.
He's gonna crush them even.
He's just rotating.
But look at the VP harassment now from CondemnationWings. There might still be 2 Tigers remaining and no Su-85s, but there's not that much capping power from Ricky on the field right now. He only has 2 Rens and 2 Pyos, and he can't keep up with the capping harassment from the Soviet player right now, and he's losing the VP outside of his base. He's down to 63 VPs right now, 61.
This is not looking good for
either player.
I mean, either player, yeah. Well, actually, no. I think Ricky's actually going to be able to snatch this, you know, because we're down to 4 units total for Condemnation, and that consists of 2 conscripts, 1 shock troop, and an engineer, a vanilla engineer. So I think as soon as Ricky just stabilizes, because he's just been going on forward momentum with his Tigers, he's just been sort of running on adrenaline. But I think as soon as he stabilizes, and both sides sort of stabilize, and that shock troop bites the dust. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear.
There we go. Nope, no 18-8 from those conscripts. At the same time, he will be losing his cutoff and the VP now from 2 of the Grenadier squads. At the same time, the middle VP was reclaimed, and the northern VP is claimed by the Germans as well, stopping the drain, effectively putting a triple cap against the Soviet player CondemnationWing right now, and he's reinforcing his hold on the northern VP by building a bunker up there as well. No more harassing capping.
He was saving up for another ISU. That's what he was saving for.
Against the Vet 3 Tiger, there's just no way.
I guess he was tired of Su-85s.
Well, I would be too. He's been building quite a bit of a minefield outside of his base, though.
That's true. I can see 1, 2...
4, I think.
I wish... Relic, please let us be able to see mines when they're placed. I can see 3.
1, 2, 3, 4.
No, sorry, 4.
4? Yeah, I think it's 4.
I can see 4, yeah.
So here comes the ISU now, gonna aim that big old cannon against this damaged engine Vet 3 Tiger and basically do no damage whatsoever to it, I believe.
Yeah, it's like trying to...
I'm not exactly sure what it's trying to do.
Just to continue the sledgehammer to crack a nut metaphors, it's like using a screwdriver to hammer in a nail. Like, you might get there eventually, but why would you use a screwdriver?
It's not even gonna get a single shot off.
No, you can't even see anything due to the blizzard.
Due to the blizzard and the engineers dying in the center.
Well, there's 1 hit, and as expected, doesn't do a whole lot. And here we go, now he's turning, and whoa, first 18 aid, gets a damaged engine.
Rare armor, I guess, can work sometimes.
Oh, he's going to run into a mine though. That could be
Oh,
nasty when he's already got a damaged engine. Maybe he
No,
bounced a mine?
I'm not sure. Do mines have a penetration value? I think they do. Oh, he's gonna run into the second one. Yeah.
Neither one has really done a whole lot.
No, not really. Oh, cruise shock.
And there we go.
Smoke.
Smoking. No, he's going to push forward.
I'm just waiting for the cruise shock to actually disappear.
Oh boy, damage that Tiger does to that poor ISU.
Poor unvetted ISU 152. Nice hit. Blitzkrieg used with the damage engine basically makes it go normal speed.
Oh, he's so low health.
Oh, he's getting stuck between the Soviet buildings.
Oh dear, no, that's it. That's
Ah,
all.
there he goes.
Goodbye.
Oh, the Vet 3 Tiger actually comes in just before Condemnation Wing.
Just to rub some salt in the wound.
Yeah, just to make sure if the Vet 2 Tiger would have been outrun by the undamaged engine ISU 152 to actually finish it off completely and nail this coffin shut. Goodbye, Condemnation Wing. Very nicely played with the Tigers from Ricky from the S03 clan. Cool game. Pretty cool game. I like those Tigers. Vet 3 Tiger.
Yeah, they were a lot
81 kills on the Vet 3 Tiger. 6 vehicles destroyed. 2 buildings. 1 friendly. You nasty, nasty Tiger. And 73 enemy infantrymen died to that first Tiger bought by Ricky. Is this the new meta? Tiger meta?
Yeah, just don't bother with P4s or anything, because every time that we see P4s, they tend to, I don't know.
Either they hit Vet 2 and become beastly, or they don't do really anything at all. It's basically one or the other.
Yeah, and when they, I don't know, it's, yeah.
Tigers are cool. I like tigers.
Tigers are cool. Tigers are very cool.
Yeah.
I wish we saw more of them.
Yeah, me too, me too. Very nicely played from Ricky and Condemnation Wing on Long Riskaya. Good game, good game. Thanks guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment and like this video, and we'll see you guys for the next episode.
See you guys.